Hey guys, it's MsMod, and guess what? I'm actually keeping up with this series. It is time for my next Let's Talk. This is a series where I pick a topic and I just talk about it. You guys get to listen to me yap, and sometimes I let you guys pick what the topic is. I had an idea for this one a while ago. It was going to be about like why are game creators like such creeps or why, something like that, which I will do later on. But right now, I think it's important I talk about something else. Now, what is that something else? I don't have a script or anything like normal. This is just going to be me talking straight from my heart. And that's the world is a pretty scary place right now. A lot of stuff is happening, and it's all over the internet, and so many tragedies and violence and hate and death and all of this is going around, and it's just being thrown in our face. Some people could be going on Instagram just to watch some funny reels and they come across something they didn't want to see. And I personally didn't go out of my way to find these things, and they found me, and I saw these things that I wish I didn't see. And the worst part about these things is sometimes when we see something, we don't see the full thing. Curiosity gets the better of us, and we keep digging and digging so we can see what people are talking about. And then you see it and you instantly regret what you just saw, because there's that guilt that stays with you, and it's just instant regret. I mean, there's not a lot of stuff we can do right now. It's a really difficult thing. It is. So much is going wrong, and people are scared, people are angry, people are saying horrible things about other people, and it's just, to be honest, I haven't seen us all this disconnected in a little bit. Now, have we always been connected, especially in the last few years? No. We've always been a little disconnected, but it feels more than ever that no one can really trust anyone. And it's one of those where if you go out and you have an opinion, that you're now scared of the risk that if your opinion isn't what someone thinks, that something bad is going to happen to you. My message to all of this is, I don't know. No one deserves the things that happen to them like that. Maybe they do. I don't look into this stuff a lot. I'm not the kind of person who goes about politics and everything. And to be honest, the reason I'm recording this right now is for other people who might be like me and they're just scared. And maybe you feel trapped and alone, and you don't know what's going to happen. You don't feel safe or secure where you are. And if you feel that way, I'm sorry. I can't apologize for all the things that are happening. That's out of my control, and it's out of your control too. Again, this video is a little everywhere. Again, normally I kind of have a bit of a script to go off of. I don't, so maybe I'm just going to keep repeating myself. But again, I don't really know. It's a lot of stuff happening, and not even just the political stuff, but just social media and online in general. My good friend Madeline, she just had this awful experience about someone pretending to be her on Instagram and posting horrible things and saying hateful stuff. And of course, it's not anything political where, everyone's hearing about that, but to know that there are people just out there trying to make someone else's life miserable, and we don't even know why. Like, who knows what their reasoning was for doing that? And it doesn't make it right, whatever their reasoning was. I mean, it's not good at the end of the day. And like, as these days are going on, especially in this year, I feel like people are forgetting about kindness a little bit. there are still good in the world. I don't want anyone to be scared that there is no good left, because you guys especially remind me there's still good in the world for all the small things you do for me. You know, I'm just making a game. I have these dreams, and you guys help and you donate and you help me continue to believe in that dream. And that is some good. And I want anyone who's watching this to remember that no matter how bad things are right now, that there is still good. And the reason we can't find the good right now is because all of this bad stuff is being thrown in our face, and we don't really get a choice whether we want to see it or not. My best recommendation, if this is giving you anxiety or freaking you out, is to kind of lay low on social media. As much as you might be curious about seeing some of these things, don't. I was. And just because I saw what I wanted to did not make me feel better. And sometimes curiosity is what kills the cat, as they would say. So, even though you're curious, some of these things that recently happened don't even have answers. So you could be curious and you're looking for an answer and they don't have it yet, and instead you find something you weren't looking for. So staying off social media a little bit could be helpful. Now, I'm not saying you can't go on it at all, like you're clearly on it right now if you're watching YouTube. But if there's a specific video that's showing clips of it or something, maybe stay away from it. If you're watching Reels on Instagram and your Reels start turning into all of this stuff, then maybe close it or refresh your page or something, you know, step away. Be careful with the threads and Twitter, and Reddit and stuff. Reddit's not as bad, because if you're only a part of certain groups, you won't find anything, but don't go looking for it, because especially with those things, you're gonna find it. And even Facebook, I mean, I'd never personally go on Facebook anyways, but I can already tell that people are finding all of this stuff from Facebook too. So just be careful when you're out there. And if you don't think you want to look for that stuff or you're not ready, don't do it. And even if you think you are ready, again, you might just be curious, what happened? How did this happen? Why? Well, we don't have all the answers yet anyways. And when you do, there will be some kind of news article where you can figure out the answers with a quick read than having to see the certain texts themselves. So, the only other thing I can tell you is to hold the people you love close. Remind someone special to you that you care about them, you love them, they're a great friend, they're a good person, you appreciate them. Because something that keeps coming into my mind is everything that's happening is just a reminder that you need to enjoy the moments you have with the people you love, because it can get taken at any minute. So make sure you tell the people you care about that you love them and you cherish them. And tell yourself, you know, give yourself a pat in the back. Say that you're doing the best you can too. This Let's Talk isn't as upbeat and fun as they normally are, and it really sucks. But it's something I wanted to talk about, especially for anyone who feels alone or scared right now, that you know that there's someone here. Maybe you didn't expect the person who codes all the time and makes silly little mods and games is technically someone you can go to, but you know, here I am. I'm a person too, you know? I know you guys like when I do lives, so maybe I'll do a fun little silly Roblox live again soon. Help cheer up the mood, because life is getting a little miserable right now, but you know, I think we'll get through it. On one hand, we're living through what's going to be in the history books. I don't really like history though, so that doesn't really help me feel better. But keep trying to look for positives. And I know you're probably sitting there and you're like, okay, what positives are there right now? And that's probably one of the stupidest things I could have said. And I get it, because if I'm really down and all this stuff is happening in the world and someone was to tell me, oh, just be positive, it's not that easy. Words can only do so much. But if we just give up on being positive altogether, then there's never hope that we're gonna think positive for a long time. So even if it's something stupid of a positive, like, oh, it's positive I still have water, I still have something to eat, I still have these people who are close to me, anything you can grasp that's positive, take it. I mean, I have to do all this stuff too. As all of this is going on in life, and I'm struggling with getting jobs and money and stuff like that, and parts of me want to give up on making my game altogether because I'm putting all this money out to it, and I'm bringing all these people into this silly idea I have in my head. And sometimes I feel like I'm just wasting everyone's time, and it's never going to make it anywhere. But if I just completely listen to myself and just give up on all positivity, maybe I'll make a game that people will love someday, and maybe I won't. But I would have been able to at least tell my kids or something one day, I made a game because I didn't give up. And even though no one plays it, I still know that I made that. And it's out in the world. So, even I struggle with being positive sometimes. It's not easy, especially in a world as messed up as this one. But if we try to be positive together, I think it'll help. Maybe someone's watching this and they don't even know any of the stuff I'm talking about, and that's completely fine because, different parts of the world are dealing with different things. And who knows, maybe they might have it worse than us right now. But I hope we can all come together and connect and realize that we can still be here for each other. And even though the world is scary, we don't know who we can trust in a way, I'm still going to trust. Is that super smart? I don't know. But if you don't trust anyone, you never have anyone to rely on. This isn't a time to give up. In the history books, the people, they didn't just give up. They kept fighting, and because people kept fighting, kept believing, kept chasing after something that they didn't even think they could find, we're all here today. So, even if it's hard to put a smile on your face, try to smile for the ones you care about. Try to spread some positivity. Even if some of these things happen, you didn't like the person, try not to spread negativity. It's not helping anything. You cannot like a person, but it's not helping anything by being negative online, because all it is doing is pushing it out to everyone else, and the people who are already, struggling, seeing more and more negative comments and stuff, it's just not helping. I want to see positivity, not negativity. I think that's everything. If anyone has anything they want to add in the comments, please do. Let's please try to keep things positive. Let's try not to get political or crazy. That's why I'm trying not to purposely mention any of the things here. I'm not a political person. I don't try to get into arguments or debates or any of that stuff. I just wanted to make this video to let people know that someone is here and that we don't need to give up. Things will get better, and they might not be right now, but we can't just give up. This was a different video from what I normally do, but I hope you enjoyed, and if you have any other topics you want me to talk about, let me know. Thank you for listening, and stay awesome. You guys are what keep me going, and I hope sometimes I can keep you going too. MsMod out. And even when all things go wrong, I'm still going to be changing lives, one project at a time.